In today's video, we are going to be speaking about the life-changing magic of tidying by Marie Kondo. Let's get started. Hey folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Praveen Ramesh, and in case you're here for the first time, I speak about non-fiction books, I summarize and review them, and I also speak about lessons that I'm personally learning by being a creator, by reading these books, and things that I am implementing by reading these books and stuff like that. I find it immensely useful. I really hope you do too. So as I said at the start, today we're going to be speaking about this really nice, practical, and one of the easy to read books called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying. There is a reason that I really love this book, right? Because right from a very young age, as kids, we are never taught about the art of tidying. We are never told, hey, this is how you need to keep your place clean. Hey, this is what you need to do to ensure that you're efficient about tidying up and things like that. And for that sole purpose, I really loved reading these books, and a few of these tips I've practically implemented in my life as well. So I'm going to be speaking about 5 things that I really loved and that I took away. I highly recommend you pick up this book and read probably after this video. So the first lesson, it's called, set one time to tidy up and get it done at that time itself, right? In fact, this book, the first chapter of this book speaks about tidy a little a day and you'll be tidying forever. So what Marie Kondo goes on to say is, if you're going to do a little bit of tidying every day, you will end up doing a lot. And this is nothing to do with you in case you're wondering, hey, am I doing it wrong, or am I, kind of being inefficient with this process? No. So she says, if you've decided to tidy up your whole house, and you shouldn't be doing it by room or by the living space and things like that, you have to tidy up your entire home once, and you have to set one time and get it done at, in one shot. That brings me to the second lesson about what is the magic art of tidying. So most people, including myself, always thought about tidying as, hey, arranging things neatly and stuff like that. But Marie Kondo says, hey, always discard things. Your tidying up should always start with discarding things that doesn't spark joy. So you might ask me, hey, Praveen, you're saying discard things, or probably you could ask this, you might have this question while you're reading, saying, hey, Mary, how do I discard things? So Mary has the simple rule about, discard things that doesn't spark joy, right? And she goes on to say, hey, how you can touch and see a few things. Those objects speak with you or make you feel a certain way. So if there are objects, it could be clothes, it could be electrical appliances, it could be packages, it could be carton boxes, anything and everything that doesn't spark joy need to be discarded responsibly, right? But that brings us to the third problem. The third problem is something that's very relatable on the order in which we discard things, right? So more often than not, what happens, I start with my old files, things from my school and stuff like that, and I get into this nostalgic trip about, oh my god, how awesome life was then. I suddenly recall a friend that I was in touch with, and I immediately want to message them or FaceTime them and all those sort of things. And that is the third lesson. The order in which you discard things really matter. So you never start off with things that are have nostalgic value, where you have memories attached to it, or you have some sort of an association with it. So you start off with really things that are very non-relational from your point of view. So for me, I'm not very particular about clothes. So for me, the natural thing was to start with clothes, right? So that brings us to the fourth thing that Mary has discussed in this book, which is about tidying up by category as opposed to tidying up by room. Just let me know if this is relatable, where when we start tidying up, we always go by, hey, let me just finish my living room and then come to the drawing room, then go to the kitchen, and then go to the balcony, then go to the garden and stuff like that. This is tidying up mistake probably 101. You should never be tidying up by a place. Rather, she goes on to suggest that you should be tidying up by category. So what does that mean? So it basically means, let's say electronics is a category, right? So you might have some charger wires that have been stored for like years together in one drawer in your living room. There might be another set of wires from your old phones and things like that are there in the bedroom, and there is other set of wires from your kitchen appliances that are there in the kitchen that you aren't using anymore. So if you have decided to discard all the, or sort out all the electrical appliances, you go across every room, finish them done. Get them done, rather than not finish them done, but get them done, right? So that way you're done with all the electrical related, cleaning and discarding. Then you go to clothes. So when you come to the next category, which is the clothing category, you need to be either discarding or tidying up all clothes across all rooms. It could be the kitchen towels to your wardrobe, to your roommate's wardrobe or your parents' wardrobe or whatever. Wardrobe across every rooms need to be discarded together, need to be tidied up together. So this brings us to the fourth step, to organize by category and not by spaces. Because this way you're going to be like, okay, you know what, I have 5 or 6 categories of items in my room, I'm done with 2, I have just 4 more to go. And fifth and the final tip that I really learned was, it's important to tidy up. For example, let's say after all the tidying up you've set up your library, you've set up your living room, you've set up your bedroom, you've set up your kitchen and all those places. It's important to keep the things where they belong to, because Mary goes on to say that the untidiness starts the moment you misplace things to where they don't belong to, right? Let's say I have this book, I go place it in my bedroom after I finish reading. Probably it's going to be 2 or 3 days. After a week it's going to become 2 books there, and before I know, in a month or 2, I'm going to have a mini library in my in my couch inside my bedroom. Or probably it could be the other way around, where you've kept like a small item in, let's say, your living room, and then before you know, the place is extremely kind of polluted and untidy or whatever, right? So you always have to return things to where they belong, and that is far better than tidying up once in a while, because according to Mary, tidying up is going to be a one-time process rather than you doing it again and again and again, right? So those are my 5 tips. Just to quickly give you a run through: set one time to get things done rather than doing it across multiple days or multiple weeks or months. Discard things that don't spark joy. Third tip is order of doing things matter. So organize by category rather than going by a specific living place. The fourth one is don't do anything nostalgic to start with. Order of things obviously matters. So go with things that you don't have any personal relationship with, or you don't attach a lot of emotions with. And the fifth and the final tip is ensure things go back to where they actually belong rather than putting them at random places. And one additional tip, which I kind of got reminded while we were discussing this, is don't have your elders around while you're cleaning up things, right? Because these are folks who will be very against, oh my god, why are you throwing that away? Oh my god, okay, you haven't used it, you have only used it like twice or thrice, why are you having them? And for all those reasons, Mary says reduce the number of people who take a decision. If you are the one who's tidying up, take a call, discard things mindfully and responsibly. Organize by category and return things to where they belong, and you will experience the life-changing magic of tidying. I hope you folks enjoyed this book review. Until I see you in the next video, this is Praveen Ramesh signing off.